Andrew Breiter-Wu here from Brighter Planet Properties. So after we're all celebrating the 4th of July, some people are on vacation, some people are working through this week. We had some big M&A news in the solar industry. Vivint and SunRun are going to become one company, where SunRun's going to buy Vivint for $3.2 billion. And that's a big shakeup in the industry. We've seen historically, similar types of transactions where Vivint itself had almost merged with Sun Edison at one point. It didn't happen. We tried. We saw on the big solar side, we saw Solar City, a once large player in the space, have to get bailed out by Tesla or acquired to be able to survive and continue to support those customers. So we've seen similar types of transactions. I'm mixed on how I feel about it. I feel that ultimately you're developing a powerhouse to compete with other energy sources, but at the same time there could be some challenges with different cultures, where Sunrun's been very inclusive, diverse. They're really building this really great culture within the company. Vivint's direct sales side, I think you might see a different culture, very male-dominated culture, I would say at times, within their direct sale, door-to-door type department, which is the bulk of it. That's part of where Sunrun's attractiveness to buy Vivint was, to have more direct sales avenues in place. Because right now in the residential solar space, the biggest challenge is customer acquisition, or what Sunrun calls creation cost. And that sales and marketing piece is really what it is. And that is rising. That the cost is rising. I feel that they feel that there will be cost synergies with this acquisition. I feel that ultimately the bigger the residential companies get, the larger you get. In the residential sector specifically, you have costs that increase. You have a certain yield that you have to achieve, especially for publicly traded companies. We're not, but publicly traded companies like SunRun and Vivint, they will need to yield certain returns. There's a certain expectation of the returns that many millennial investors, many socially conscious investors will be looking to see within these companies. So it'll be interesting to see. I feel that initially we're going to see higher prices relative to companies that are operated with a smaller staff. Mom and pop solar companies, I think, might still be able to outcompete on pricing for SunRun and Vivint once they're one unit and their pricing. So that's one place I feel that there could be a challenge that pops up. And I feel that ultimately the news, having solar news in the financial news, in the national news, I think that's important for us to make sure that our industry is continuing to be in the news, continuing to be in the forefront and talked about. So the acquisition was a surprise, but at the same time was great to see that in the news and talked about. Historically, we're talking about Tesla all the time. Now we're talking a lot about Nikola, two vastly different companies, but we're also seeing this kind of move towards ESG, or environmental social governance, which is important. We operate in that space. We're a solar development and investment firm, and we're actively deploying money into solar assets, or helping even some of our landowners, some of our clients, our financial clients and partners and investors that we work with, will have us do their home solar project. And when I've seen proposals from some of the larger firms, they have to hit a certain yield. They have to be at a certain pricing, and sometimes that's where local companies can really be competitive with these larger firms. But I feel that we have to sit and see. I think it's Q4 of 2020 is when they're expecting everything to close. They're operating as separate companies. I feel that they should maintain the brand of Vivint as an asset. I think there will be synergies. There will be some people that end up working for SunRun Corporation, but I think they should leverage the Vivint brand for possibly their direct sales division. And color-wise, I don't know how orange and blue will mix together, but we will see. But excited to see it in the news. Wanted to hop on here, chat just a bit about it, and we'll see how it progresses. So grab the popcorn. Let's sit it out through 2 quarters or 1 quarter now, and we'll take it from there. Have a good night, everyone.